Don't make these mistakes in Assassin's Creed Valhalla in 2023. Stay tuned for that. What's up guys, my name is Franky Boy. On this channel I am covering everything regarding open world RPGs such as Assassin's Creed, The Witcher, Cyberpunk. Stay subscribed for more. And maybe some of you guys are restarting the game or starting through in 2023. So I want to give you guys some tips, a little head up to get on with the game. I love Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I played it for a few hundred hours. And yeah, getting back into it can be overwhelming because yeah, it's simply huge. So let's start off. Tip number 1, understanding the power level. Each region has a suggested power and that can be increased by going into the skills tab. To increase your skill power, you gotta find some places of power or so and increase your skill power right there. The best tip I can give you is like, go through the world and do those kind of things that grant you stuff. Yep, as easy as that. Tip number 2, farming iron. And there's actually a hidden cave in the settlement behind the waterfall, and those iron ingots or those iron ores, they come out of this. You can either shoot it or just simply run over it and destroy it, or slash it and slam it. Simply go to places where you would expect iron ore in the normal world, like at a mountainside or in a cave, of course. Tip number 3, you really need that improved assassination. It's this one, the advanced assassination it's called. It's in the yellow type of the tree and it will unlock the ability to assassinate every target in the game. You simply have to pass this little mini event and then you will get the kill. And bonus tip, you can even turn it on in options, gameplay, and there you go with a guaranteed assassination. Tip number 4, collecting food. Not each and every one of you will have like that much food as I have with my Eivor, and you can collect like mushroom, berries, or some cooking stations that you find in the game. Always keep yourself full health, and also there's stuff available in the settlement, of course, for you guys. Tip number 5, closing the gap to enemies. It's quite easy, it's simply the dodge button. This is a simple press on the dodge button. It's not a gap closer, but the gap closer is holding the dodge button and then approaching the enemy this way with an offensive roll, and that is a very nice thing to do. In my opinion, archers can't hit you so easily with using that one, and you're of course unpredictable. Well, kind of. Once you're in the roll, you are predictable, but yeah, I think enemies don't expect you to do that kind of stuff mid-combat. The problem is it costs stamina, of course. Mini tip number 6, I told you about the waterfall. You have to use explosives for that, and sometimes there's a little riddle connected to that. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla is full of little riddles, and in this case you have to let something explode behind the waterfall, which would normally like be turned off by the water. You can of course carry that, and it's just behind Valka's house. And yeah, you can walk through the waterfall with that and then put it here. Thank you so much. Tip number 7, Redda. Redda is super important and you find him in your settlement. Once he arrives, he brings some Easter egg connected to Basim, which is quite nice. And you should totally talk to Redda each and every day because he has a selection that varies per day and per week. You can get those for opals, and you can get those opals by daily quests he has to offer. They are called contracts, so go there each and every day, every week to get those contracts and improve everything. You can also use Ubisoft Connect. I don't know if it's still active, but yeah, we have opals here on those time-based events. I mean, the community events, they will likely not be finished, but the normal ones, which are time-limited, kill Jötnars or kill Saxon warriors, etc. It's German, so for that. Tip number 8, the weapon system. You have to know that you can combine each and every weapon in a way you want to. You can use a sickle in the main hand and a big weapon in the offhand. You can use a axe in the offhand and also a heavy shield or light shield in the main hand. Everything is possible. Simply mix and match as you wish. My recommendation for beginners is like the wombo combo 2 spares. I would suggest you guys to go for the Guy bulk in combination, of course, with another spare, which is Gungnir. This is the by far best spare combo in my opinion in the game. And you need that one for it. I think heavy dual wield, it's on the top left hand side on the red talent tree. Tip number 8, the rune system. Here at Gunnar you can upgrade your gear. There are 2 ways to upgrade your gear. One is just simply the upgrade right here, and it will increase the armor, resistance, etc. But upgrading it at Gunnar enables more rune slots or better rune slots once you have the divine thing unlocked, which is in the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC, and it's a paid DLC only. You can then, if you upgraded it at Gunnar, put in runes. They will be awesome. Some will be trash. You have to select those carefully. I would totally recommend you guys to go for armor. It's like one of the best things to go for. And yeah, there are some really nice better runes for weapons, etc. that you can combine and make like explosions of fire, etc. appear. Tip number 10, DLCs. There are a lot of DLCs in the game right now. The first one is of course the Ireland DLC. I actually played a role in the DLC. I was speaking that guy, teaching you about the outpost system, if you guys know that. But I'm only in the German version of the game. Then we have the Franky DLC, which is in France. Also the second paid DLC. The third paid DLC is not available via world map. It is through Valhalla. And we have, of course, free DLCs, e.g. the Isle of Skye, etc. Each DLC has a certain power range which you should optimally play it on. I think Ireland is 80 to 150 and Franky is more for the end game. Also the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC is for very end game. I would suggest you guys to go for that certain power level and stick to it. Otherwise you will be depressed, I guess. But if you make it through, you will have a large power spike and it will like make your main game easier afterwards. So you have to consider that. Tip number 11, abilities. There are many abilities in the game. You have to collect them on the map. They will be highlighted after you unveil the location or so. And some are DLC exclusive, e.g. the Plague of Rats. For beginners, I would totally recommend like Fire Strike for range and Poison Strike for melee, or of course Fire Strike for melee as well. Some are just adrenaline drowners. Once you have a build, you have almost infinite adrenaline. You won't have that as a starter, so I wouldn't like recommend the Axe Throw for you guys. What I would recommend is like explosion stuff, etc. The piercing shot is quite awesome as well. And yeah, this is my ranged setup right here. I have a pet. I have a wolf. No, on this one I don't. And you need to know you have certain loadouts that you can save. It's quite an awesome thing. Oh, and by the way, the most OP combo is Thorn of Slumber and then go for an assassination in melee combat. It is nerfed. First in the game you could like infinitely do this because it cost 1 adrenaline and 1 assassination gave you 1 adrenaline, but it's still very OP right now. So if you are in high level enemy areas or have problems with enemies, go for the Thorn of Slumber assassination combination. Oh, and why do I look so naked? Gotta put on some stuff again. What the? Oh, and by the way, a nice tip is if you go into the equipment section and you want to put on something, you go into details and then equip full set. It's very hidden. But yeah, you can equip a full set with 1 click. Pretty easy. That one is from the DLC, of course. Tip number 13, riding and jumping. The dismount button on PC, it's C. You don't have to hold it. If you hold it, you simply dismount. But click it, I would suggest you guys, because you will actually stand on your mount and then you can perform an assassination, or you can jump and also do like slow-mo stuff with your bow and arrow, etc. So that is a nice thing to note. Ubisoft doesn't tell you about that one. Tip number 14, go for a hunt. And no, don't kill your cat at home, but go for a hunt elsewhere. You can simply scan the area, e.g. with Sinin, or you can of course use your, I don't know, what's the names of the raven in English actually? In German it's Synin. I think it's Sunin in English maybe. But yeah, use him for hunting support. You don't need the Raven. Better use your AoE reveal and then headshot or go for the weak shot on those animals and get the leather. Later on you will have an upgrade that Sunin will get your stuff for you from those targets. Quite nice. Tip number 15 regarding the armor. I already told you about the upgrade. You have to understand that You can see this is the perfect example. This is a mythical stuff, but it is on upgrade level 1, and I can upgrade it by a lot right now. It's not dependent on the quality level of the armor. Yeah, you once have those upgrade levels and you have the quality level, and divine is the maximum level. It starts off low, and yeah, if you have a flawless item or maybe a superior, you know that those upgrades are limited. Upgrade them at Gunnar to get those other upgrades, I'd say. Yeah, increase the quality. How do you do that? Of course, with carbon iron ingots, nickel ingots, and tungsten ingots. Back on later on, you get those platinum ingots. Tip number 16. The level of Ravensthorpe, the settlements. It's 6 of 6 right now, and the best thing you can of course do for doing so is river raids. Those raids, they are highlighted quite red when you start off with the game. My map is so clean and so cleared. I don't have a single raid left, only the river raids. Yeah, you can use those as well for upgrading your settlement, which is a nice thing because some of you guys had problems finding the last things. But it's also a nice tip to go for coastal forts. Simply go for them and clear out every chest you find in them, because you need 2 kinds of materials for upgrading your settlement, and some of you guys have problems with those, or had back in 2020, I guess. Tip number 18. Yeah, just think about your build, where you want to go with your Eivor. Do you want him to be a ranger or assassin or everything, or just a simple Viking? You have to plan your build, you have to plan your armor, etc. Simply keep everything in mind. You have some levels or some different options to choose from. Hey, how are you, buddy? Nice tattoos. And that is tip number 19. Those animal companions in the settlement. You saw the cat before, you saw that pig. You can also get some for your ship. And there can be a dog in your settlement right here, and you might have seen him behind my horse, I'd say. Yeah, quite cute. You can get those via world events, those blue events in the world. Yeah, simply check those out and do them. Yeah, you might get a new pet for your settlement. Can be very nice, especially when the event is evolving around an animal, of course. It makes sense that it goes to your settlement. Tip number 20, right in the middle here, is the assassin hut. You can use it early to get the assassin quest line, but the best thing about it is go around the hut and use the assassination, because it will actually, it's disappearing right now, but it will actually fill up your adrenaline. So you have the chance to fill up your whole adrenaline while going around the hut and then go for the next raid. Nice mini tip, you can generally regenerate a lot in this settlement. Of course, it's meant to be that it's your home, and I love the feeling of a home base in that game. It's just nice, a place to go back. And as you know from this video, I spend a lot of time in the settlement because it's one of my most favorite places here. Especially when back then they had those winter events and it was snowy and nice, and with fire, it was awesome. Yeah, and the last one, tip number 21, you can actually hide your gear. You can simply make your Eivor look as you wish to, with the spacebar on PC, with different bars on other systems. And yeah, you can really hide your weapons as well, until you're in a fight, of course. Then they will be visible, but yeah, out of fight they will be invisible. If you like that, might be an option for you guys to get a clean and weapon-free Eivor for your role-playing playthrough. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope I could help you out. Maybe check out those other videos in the end card. It would totally help me out and my channel and my work I do for you. So stay subscribed for more content if you want to, and I will speak to you in the next video about, I don't know, maybe The Witcher again, right? See you guys.